A bit of Australia. You truly are. Here, you have become a part of this. You have become someone else as a result of your gambling, professional setbacks, or anything else that didn't work out the way you had hoped. I would be thinking, she just put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers if that were my friend. That was what she did, notifying everyone that Pat and I were together and involving them in our business. You recently celebrated your 30th birthday. You're a world champion. You've achieved success. You have emerged from Flint, Michigan slums, ghetto, and depths. You have no children. Your entire life is still ahead of you. Why, therefore, are you tying yourself to this 47-year-old man who has nothing going on, no career, no job, and no income other than the money he is claiming as your percentage because of your behavior? Claressa Shields' world seemed to fall apart a few days after she publicly expressed her desire to have a family with Papoose. She sounded enthusiastic and hopeful during the interview. She discussed starting a family the following year, planning for the future, and juggling motherhood with her hard boxing career. She appeared secure, self-assured, and intensely in love at that very moment. Many people think that she has at last achieved contentment in both her personal and professional lives. However, such emotion was short-lived. Reports that Papoose had cheated on her started to circulate almost immediately. The problem was made considerably more agonizing by the passage of time. Public humiliation swiftly replaced what ought to have been a lovely chapter full of aspirations and preparation. Claressa went from talking about plans to have a child to dealing with rumors that called into question the basis of their relationship. The emotional change was abrupt and harsh. Claressa did not remain silent. She expressed her displeasure, hurt, and bewilderment on social media. Not simply rage, but actual agony was conveyed in her words. There were many who sympathized with her, realizing the devastation that betrayal may cause. Others, though, showed much less empathy. A phrase that has been used for generations was brought up by several. You acquire them in the same manner that you lose them. That proverb held true in this instance. Papoose had begun dating Claressa. Claressa decided to accept his version of events, even though he was still married to Remy at the time. She seemed certain that what they had was unique, authentic, and significant. People now think that Claressa's experience of the identical behavior that she had previously ignored could be a replay of history. Remy Ma was initially seen by Claressa as a resentful ex-wife who would not let go. She thought Remy's cautions were motivated more by bitterness and jealousy than by reality. Ray's remarks seemed to Claressa to be an attempt to sabotage her joy. But in retrospect, some of those cautions are now being reevaluated. Remy had asserted that Papoose was not truly in love with Claressa. She claimed he was taking advantage of her for shelter, stability, financial support, and Remy claimed that Papoose was having financial difficulties and was mostly dependent on Claressa's prosperity. Claressa rejected those assertions at the time, thinking they were overstated or wholly untrue. That response was expected given the animosity between the two women. However, as things started to go apart, a lot of people began to wonder if Claressa had disregarded early warning indicators. This drama did not suddenly blow up. For months, it had been gradually growing. When Remy Ma revealed private correspondence between Papoose and Claressa, the situation reached a breaking point. While Papoose was sleeping at Claressa's house, Remy said she discovered the messages on his phone. Remy claims that Papoose had dozed off while speaking with Claressa on the phone and would not leave her home. Claressa apparently hung up the phone as soon as she heard Remy's voice. While portraying Papoose as a devoted and innocent man, Remy accused Claressa and her public relations teams of spreading false information to make Remy appear resentful. She insisted that Papoose come forth and speak the truth in public. Rather, Remy said he asked her to keep quiet. Her rage was only heightened by that choice, which encouraged her to express herself even more. Remy also leveled startling charges regarding Papoose's private remarks regarding Claressa. He said he would never take her seriously and made fun of Claressa's appearance. Remy claimed to have evidence that refuted those claims at the same time. She cautioned that she was ready to reveal all if needed. Many people were completely unaware of Claressa and Papoose's involvement prior to those communications. The reaction started as soon as their relationship was made public. Opinions, jokes, criticism, and conjecture proliferated on social media. The attacks did not go unnoticed by Claressa. In her online response, she questioned how Remy could be critical of her, given that Remy was allegedly seeing other men. For days, the internet was bustling with that back and forth. Papoose remained silent for some time. Many thought he was staying out of the way or allowing the women to fight while he remained in the background. But eventually he did speak, and many were taken aback by his reaction. Papoose shared a picture of Remy and her boyfriend, Easy the Block Captain, on Christmas Day. He said Remy was hanging out with another man while he was at home taking care of their daughter. He said she was lying, not letting go, and acting like a victim. He claimed that Remy was unable to acknowledge his emotional departure from the marriage. He also disclosed that he had proposed divorce to Remy. He said she declined because he wouldn't make up a story about their physical altercation. He claimed that when she begged him to hide the truth, he declined. Papoose claimed that although he still had communications attesting to her desire, he had lost interest in preserving her reputation. Then he revealed yet another shocking revelation. Papoose said that he had assaulted the block captain, Easy, with physical force. He claimed that after shaking Easy's hand, he discovered that Easy had an affair with his wife. Papoose maintained that jealousy had nothing to do with the altercation. He cautioned that the situation will only worsen. Remy was far from done. Once more, she went live and gave a thorough explanation of her position. Speaking with Claressa directly, she revealed that Papoose was dependent on her for housing due to his precarious financial situation. Remy accused him of cheating on her while she was incarcerated and lying about their marriage for years. She even said that throughout that period, he had caused other women to become pregnant. She clarified that relationships in prison hardly looked how people think. She claimed that she never had complete faith in his faithfulness. Everything became evident as soon as she got home and checked his phone. She talked of addressing women at family gatherings and gradually coming to understand the extent of the betrayal. According to Remy, Papoose refused to acknowledge in public that they had not slept together since May 2022. She claimed that because that was all he had left, he was fixated on upholding the ideal of flawless black love. She claimed that for a very long period, she shielded that picture by preferring to remain silent rather than face humiliation. She also addressed financial rumors. Outsiders didn't know who paid for what, according to Remy. She claimed to have paid cash for their house, provided for the family, and provided financial assistance for their child. She said that after letting Papoose move in, she saw him alter as a result of his gambling and career setbacks. Remy told Claressa straight out that would be honest with her if she were really her friend. She reminded Claressa that she was young, accomplished, childless, and full of possibilities. She wondered why Claressa would commit herself to a man who was almost 2 decades older, unstable, and dependent on her income management. Remy further asserted that Papoose was not present for their child despite pleading to have one, did not want to complete their divorce, and did not want to take his possessions out of her home. Despite the fact that he already had a kid, she implied that he was promised Claressa another. Her live webcast was deliberate as well as emotional. Remy did not want Papoose to stealthily advance while maintaining control of the story. However, Papoose did not allow her to control the narrative. He went live himself a few minutes after the performance concluded, clearly upset. He claimed that while Remy was behind bars, he put his career on hold. He clarified that he used his savings to support her, pay bills, move, store things, and make frequent visits. He said that his finances were exhausted and that he had to go back to work in order to make ends meet. Following her discharge, Papoose repeatedly accused Remy of infidelity. For the sake of their child, he claimed to have put up with years of adultery. He maintained that an open relationship was never agreed upon. He said that the reason therapy didn't work was because she broke all of their agreements. He acknowledged that he had attacked the block commander, Easy, saying that it would have happened anywhere he saw him. He claimed to have funded Remy's lifestyle by paying bills and purchasing pricey gifts. He made fun of her for talking about money while sporting jewels that he had bought. Then there was yet another startling charge. While publicly denouncing others for utilizing ghostwriters, Papoose claimed Remy covertly relied on him to write her tracks. He claimed he wrote a lot of her songs without getting paid or given credit. What started out as a personal marital disintegration has become a public conflict. This revealed years of unresolved pain, betrayal, and animosity. Each side was committed to ruining the reputation of the other. Remy may have been truthful about Claressa, despite the fact that she occasionally seemed resentful. Papoose may already be seeing another younger woman, according to recent speculations. It was soon transformed into jokes and severe criticism on the internet. Claressa had just mentioned her desire to become a mother, which made the situation much more painful. She stated that she didn't want to wait until her boxing career was over. She wanted to run with her kids, maintain her health, and live life to the fullest. Less than a day later, public humiliation and cheating suspicions eclipsed those goals. Rather than making plans for the future, Claressa was caught in a chaotic scenario that would not go away. There are still differences in public opinion. Some people think Remy's oversharing hurt her own reputation. After years of silence, some believe she had every right to speak. Many others think Claressa paid the price for ignoring warnings. There's little doubt that this tale is far from over. In one of the most dramatic romantic sagas in recent celebrity history, what began as love has descended into disaster, and all three identities are now inextricably intertwined. The most important question is yet unsolved. Will Claressa stay and hope things get better, or will she leave to keep her peace? Is this the conclusion, or just one more chapter in an unending tale?